Hi everyone. In today's class, we are going to discuss about k-means clustering, right? So, what is k-means clustering? First of all, k-means clustering is an unsupervised learning algorithm. What it is? It is a unsupervised one kind of unsupervised learning algorithm which groups the unlabeled data set. Unsupervised learning algorithm in the sense, what are the data set with us? That data set is in the form of unlabeled data set. Okay, if you this unlabeled data set is used to, okay, make different clusters. That kind of learning is called supervised learning here, right? So k-means algorithm, k-means clustering is an unsupervised learning algorithm which groups the unlabeled data set into different clusters. Which means if we have a table of data with unknown class label, right, with unknown class label, then this kind of data, this is, assume this is some one what a data set. In this data set, these are the multiple attributes. Okay, this is a last one is a class attribute. This class attribute doesn't know the class labels, so these are the question marks. Okay, doesn't know the class labels. If we have this data set, okay, based on this data set, here we are going to form the clusters or make the clusters for this data set. This kind of, okay, learning is called unsupervised learning. Based on the attributes data, features of the attributes data, here we are going to make different clusters by using k-means algorithm. By using k-means algorithm. What is k here? Here, k defines the number of predefined cluster that needed to be created in the process. So what is k here? K is a predefined number of cluster. This is your data set. Okay. So how many this data set is fall into how many number of groups? How many number of groups? Okay, that is decided by a user. That is decided by a user. For example, k equal to 2. K equal to 2. So this total data set, whatever we have, that data set is, okay, formed into two groups or two clusters, right? Cluster 1 and cluster 2. Otherwise, sometimes, okay, this is one group of data set and this is another group. If suppose k is 3, k is 3, so automatically we'll form one more group, one more cluster, third cluster, like that. Okay, k defines the number of predefined cluster. Okay, based on the data set data, you may decide how many number of clusters you need for that data. After analyzing the data, you may get one clarity. This data can be divided into either 2 groups or 3 groups or 4 groups, like that. Okay, so that particular thing is called a k here, the number of groups. K is a predefined number of clusters. Predefined number of clusters. If I want to divide this total data set into 2 groups, means k equal to 2. If I want to divide the data set into 3 groups, means k equal to 3. That is the k. Okay. And why are we calling this k means? Okay, clustering in the sense here we are making groups, isn't it? So k clusterings. But what is the means stands for? What is means here? Okay, it is a centroid based algorithm. K-means algorithm is a centroid based algorithm where each cluster is associated with a centroid, where each cluster is associated with a centroid. Actually, if our data points is a continuous values, assume our data points has a continuous values. How do we find the mean for that particular variables? Okay, we can calculate the average by adding all the values by n number of values by n, isn't it? So that is a center point, that is the average of that particular data set or continuous values, right? So here also we can assign one center point to each and every cluster or total data set. Based on the selected center point, the data points can be grouped. Okay, so it's a center based algorithm. K means is a center based algorithm based on the center point of a cluster. Okay, the data points can be divided into a number of clusters here. Okay, means in the sense you may call it as average if it is a continuous values, or if we have numbered data means how do we find the mean for that numbered data? By adding all those numbers in, then we may apply by n, then you will get the average value or mean value. So that is a center point. Based on that center point, here you are going to make the groups or clusters, right? Okay, this K means it is an iterative algorithm that divides the unlabeled data set. What it do? It is one kind of iterative algorithm. It defines the unlabeled data set into K number of different clusters. This is unlabeled data set, and this is unlabeled data set. This can be divided into K number of, okay, unlabeled data set. It can be divided into K number of clusters. Assume K equal to 3 here. So 3 groups, right? In such a way that each object belongs to only one group that has similar properties. Okay. Now I would take another example. This is assume these are my data points. Okay, these are the data points. Okay, these are the total data points. Now I need to decide what I need to decide here. This is the total data points we have. How many number of groups you need now? So this total data points, you want to divide this total data points into 2 groups or 2 clusters or more than 2. If suppose I may take K equal to 2. Okay, K value is defined by a user, isn't it? So I want to divide this total data points into 2 groups. Why? Because I have given K equal to 2. So 2 groups in the sense, how many total number of data points we have? Okay, the total number of data points, green data points are, okay, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And next, blue data points also we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And remaining all are red data points. Almost these are the 7 data points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, like this, I can be divided my data into two groups, isn't it? Why? Because here I have taken k equal to k equal to 2. That's why I can be divided like this. If suppose k equal to 3, instead of instead of doing like this, I may take one more individual group to separate these data points. Is it clear? Assume these are the different data points, unlabeled data points. We don't know. Okay, we don't know the which kind of data points. Say by reading these data points, we can get some idea. Okay, these are all the data points. Size is the same. Size is same. Shape is also same. But these data points can be divided into groups based on its color. So by analyzing this data set, okay, we can get these 3 points. What are those? This data set is shape is same, size is same, but the color is different. So I may, okay, split this data into number of clusters based on the color. This is the unsupervised learning. By analysis the given data, you can get one idea. Based on that idea, you are going to apply your idea into make the clusters of the given data set, isn't it? So this is the dividing the total data set into a clusters based on the k value. Okay, it is an iterative algorithm. Which kind of algorithm it is? It is an iterative algorithm that divides the unlabeled data sets into k different clusters, k one cluster, two cluster, k different clusters, in such a way that each data object belongs to only one group. So here red color dots are 8. So 7 are gathered into one group. The remaining are data points are gathered into another group. No point is left here. All the data points is coming under either group 1 or group 2. That's it. Okay. And what it is a center based algorithm. I'll show you what is center based algorithm. Okay, where each cluster is associated with center. The main aim of this algorithm is to minimize the sum of distances between the data points. Sum of distance between the data point and their corresponding clusters. What is the main aim of this algorithm? Here we are going to minimize the error by calculating the distance between the data points within the cluster or the distance between the other clusters. So by calculating this, the main error is minimum, then that is a best cluster. Okay. This is about basic introduction of k-means clustering. And next here we are going to discuss about algorithm, k-means algorithm. So what the k-means algorithm would do? So the algorithm takes the unlabeled data set as input. Okay, here we are applying unlabeled data set as input to this k-means algorithm, and it divides the data set into k number of clusters. How many number of clusters? It divides the data into k number of clusters and repeat this process and repeats the process until it does not find the best cluster. Until it does not find the best cluster. repeatedly. This process is the distance between one data point to cluster 1. Okay, the same data point to cluster 2. Like that, here we are performing calculating the distances between the clusters and data points. Okay, until the best cluster, to find the best cluster for that data point, we are doing this process continuously. Okay, that's why it's a iterative process. The k-means algorithm is a iterative process here, right? The value of k should be predetermined in this algorithm. Okay, so the value of k should be predetermined in this algorithm. Okay, let us see the steps of algorithm. What is the first step? First step is select k points as the initial centroids. K points as the initial centroids. Second step is repeat. Third, suppose if I want to make the 2, k equal to 2. Okay, the given data set into 2 groups. I want to make the given data set into 2 groups. Then form k clusters by assigning all points to closest centroid. Okay, so here you can form the 2 groups of data sets based on the center point. Okay, which means before going to, first of all, choose 2 center points. For example, this is total data set. Okay, no problem. This is total data set we have, what we have. So within this data set, how many groups you want? You want only 2 groups, right? So k equal to 3, k equal to 2, sorry, k equal to 2. Now choose the, what you have to do? Choose the center points. So suppose I can choose this is one center point and this is another center point. Okay, so now assign the data, all the data points to the closest centroids by forming k clusters. So which data points are near to this point? Okay, group them. So suppose take this one. This data point are near to this centroid or this centroid? Obviously this centroid, isn't it? And like this one is near to this one only, but this one is near to that. So if like that, you may calculate the distance between the center point, and after choosing the center points, you need to calculate the distance between each and every data point and the centroid. Okay, then you make the 2 groups like this. Okay, form k clusters by assigning all points to the closest centroid. This is second step. What is the third step? What is fourth step? Recompute the centroid of each cluster. So now better to think about centroid. Okay, by keeping this one as centroid, or you want to change the centroid. Suppose I want to change the centroid means, okay, from this point to this point, you can change, that's your wish. Okay, so now in fourth step, I want to make this point as center point. This is my centroid. Automatically, whenever you will change the center point, maybe the data points are more will come under this group. More data points, okay, would come into these groups. Okay, and this is another group. So like this, if you are in need to change the center points, first of all, you should select the dummy center points, right? After that, based on the cluster, you need to change, you can change the center point. Okay, this process is going on repeatedly until unless the center points and the cluster is finalized. If there is no change in center points, then that what this process is completed. This process is completed. Those are the final clusters. In this way, you are going to apply your k-means algorithm on given data set, right? And some other details and also the complexity of k-means algorithm. Now let us discuss some details of k-means clustering algorithm. What it is? Initial centroids are often chosen randomly. Is it true? Okay, it's true. Initial centroids chosen randomly. And second one is the centroid is typically the mean of the points in the cluster. What is centroid? Centroid is a mean value of the given data set or mean of the points in the cluster. And closeness is measured, which means the closeness between the centroid and the data point is measured. How we can measure the distance between the centroid and data point in the sense by using Euclidean distance, cosine similarity, correlation, etc. Okay, and most of the converge happens in the first few iterations only. Okay, maximum points would come in a first iterations itself. Okay, in last iterations only we will change 1 or 2 points. That's it. Okay, almost all work is done in first iterations itself. Next, the complexity of the k-means algorithm is big O of n into k into I into d. N is a number of points, data points in that particular cluster. Okay, data set. How many number of data points are there within the data set? That can be represented by using n, right? K is the number of clusters, we know that, and I is number of iterations. So for making the best clusters, how many number of iterations this particular algorithm is needed? That is represented by using I. And d equal to number of attributes. How many number of attributes are there into this particular data set? So this is the complexity. Okay, it's a big O of n into k into I into d, right? And next, okay, this is just a small example for k-means clustering. These are the given data points. If k equal to 3, then the data points can be divided into three groups based on the centroid. Okay, so here we didn't show any kind of centroid. Assume this is one centroid and this is the one centroid and this is the one centroid. Based on these three centroids, here we make the total data points into three clusters. This is one small example. And next, k-means clustering as optimization problem. What is optimization problem? When it would give the best solution, okay, which means the best cluster. The objective function of k-means clustering defines the quality of the cluster. or clustering. Okay, the objective of the optimization problem is quality of the clustering. In K-means clustering problem, the objective function is taken as sum of squared error and it needs to be minimized. When the sum of the squared error is minimized, then that cluster is a best cluster. I mean, not only single cluster. Here we are talking about the clusterings, more than one cluster, right? This process is a best process. Okay, the definition for SSE is defined as SSE equal to sigma 1 to k into sigma x belongs to Ci and distance distance square equal to, okay, sum of the squares of error, right? The distance between Mi and x. What is x here? X is a data point or data object. What is Mi here? Mi is a centroid and centroid, okay, for cluster 1, centroid for cluster 2, centroid for cluster 3. Like that, here we are going to calculate the SSE, sum of the squared error. If the sum of the squared error is very low, okay, then we have reached optimization within that process, right? This is about today's class, K-means clustering.